Every decision has compound interest on one another. Every single time you decide to do something, every single time you repeat an action, every single time you repeat a habit, may it be playing video games, may it be watching a movie at a certain time, may it be hopping on the game with the boys, may it be eating a certain type of food, or may it be something completely different, such as staying disciplined and going to the gym every single day at the same time, eating the same food, organic, healthy food, not eating any garbage whatsoever, any junk food, any sweet, sugary shit, or saturated fat shit. And any and every single habit has a compound interest on itself. No matter what kind of thing you do, it's also like the types of words you say, the way you say it, the how do you say this? The words you say and how you say them. If you take some time to respond whenever somebody asks you a question, whenever you don't take the time to answer the question, you just blurt out the first thing that comes to mind, and you're not really sure if that's the appropriate thing to say or not, or if that's going to be a good response. There's a lot of different things that have compound interest, not only in yourself, but also in the relationship that you have with other people. So, what I've noticed after taking consistent action over the past couple years, doing the same thing over and over and over again, is that it just becomes your new normal, right? Whenever you eat the same food every day at the same time, and you've balanced it super well in order to lose a bit of weight or pack on a little more muscle, and make sure that you have just the right amount of calories for the day, right? If you've ever counted your calories before, you know what I'm talking about. And I don't really need to do the math anymore because I know exactly the portion sizes that are necessary for me to pack on weight or to lose weight, which is quite interesting, because by going to the gym and destroying myself during like 30 minutes to an hour and then going home and then eating food, it just makes me think effort equal reward, if you know what I mean. So it increments and segments in my brain to do things, to achieve good things, taste nice, good food, good things to do, all this sort of stuff, good rewards. Then in that case, I need to put in more effort. It trains my brain as to, have we deserved this? Have we earned this? Have we actually done something hard for the day? What have we not done today? What could we do today that could help us earn this reward, if you know what I mean? Now, you don't have to do this. You can just go back to doing your own same old, whatever the fuck. You don't really care about rewarding yourself because you're just uncaring. You just want what you want right now, and you want it right now, and you're just like a kid when I was a kid. I always say like, I really want this, I really want this, can you buy me this, can you buy me this? And I would always nag my parents over and over and over again until I actually got what I wanted. And so that trained in my brain that if I actually put stuff together in the right order, I would actually get what I wanted every single time. If I asked it in the right way, if I persisted long enough, I would always get what I wanted. And so same went for the opposite, which was if I told people I don't want to do this, and I don't want to do it, and I don't want to do it, and I don't want to do it, and I would just repeat that as much as I could persistently, I wouldn't do it. Because they wouldn't force me to, right? And so that has been both a blessing and a curse, because at the same time, I had to learn how to get out of my shit habits and get what I actually wanted out of life. And I don't know if this ray of sunshine on the fucking thing here is right there. That's interesting. Oh well. Guess you'll have the fucking sunshine on the camera. Doesn't matter. It's a little better. Here. So good that I developed persistent behavior, like becoming persistent at doing something. But at the same time, I also learned that if I actually complained long enough, I would get what I wanted, which was not a very productive habit to have. And so I had to think for myself, okay, over the past couple of years, how can I become the kind of person that creates these positive compounding effects and habits inside my own mind in order to become the person I want to become. And this isn't necessarily a very easy thing to do, okay? Because like at the very start, I really felt like I didn't really want to do anything. I didn't really want to get any help from anybody. Like I just wanted to get better on my own, and I didn't really know, and I didn't really care. So over a longer period of time, I used to be, I think when I was 19 to 20, around that area, I thought to myself, you know what, actually the current person that I am is actually not good enough. And so I just started taking ruthless action over weeks, months, years now, coming along 5 years of just going to the gym consistently every single day and eating better quality food and learning from my mistakes, and at the same time growing my business, learning a high income skill, and going from step 1 to step, I don't even know how to put a number on it, but much further along the path than I was before. So if you look at where I was at the very start, what used to happen in on my day-to-day basis was sure, I went to the gym, I did all that stuff, stayed disciplined, blah blah blah, but my skill level was shit. And so it's kind of like when you're playing a video game, right? And you want to get better at the video game, you need to put in more hours. Well, by putting in more hours into that video game or improving that skill, I basically increased a little bit every day. Just boom, 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 boom. And just a little bit every day, just getting a little bit better. How can I do a little bit better today? How can I do this? How can I force myself to progress? How can I force myself to do this? How can I get better at this skill? How can I get better at telling people what to do? How can I get better at communicating? How can I get better? And the more you go through this, the more you'll find things that you can actually get better at. Because you can understand at the very start, when I was learning this high income skill that I have, which is how to strategically grow a business, I wasn't very good at it at the start. I don't think I helped anybody make any money whatsoever within the first 2 years of me doing it. And so what I ended up doing was I ended up helping one of my friends who was a photographer at the time, and I helped him grow his Instagram from 1,500 followers to 8,500 followers. So basically helped him grow 7,000 followers in over the course of a year. And even though that was pretty good, it wasn't great because it didn't really result in money in for the person, right? Which was my goal at the very start of it. So I had to think for myself, how the fuck do I help people make more money? And so I went through this loop of questioning myself over and over and over again, and looking at the shit parts of my skill and what I was doing, my habits, my routine, everything, my schedule. And I found out that my current environment was not helping my growth as an individual, helping me improve on this skill. And I was like, okay, well, what the fuck do I do then? Change environments? Do I move places? Do I move in with one of my friends? Leave my parents' house? Because at the time I was like couch surfing among different people's houses, which was not very good, but it humbled me quite a lot. And so I found that, for a bit of context, my dad was born in New Zealand and I was living in France at the time. And so I decided to completely move countries. Just fucking boom, over there. Just fucking take the plane, 30-hour plane ride roughly, and then just go here to New Zealand, which is where I am now. And I cannot fathom the amount of change and progress that I've made over the past 2 years, over my total of like 4 or 5 year journey. Because I've been basically just like taking action like every day, like next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. And it's like chipping away at getting better. Just like putting in the actions, putting in the efforts. And over the course of those 2 years, those past 2 years, I have changed so dramatically as an individual that now I'm not really sure of who I was before back then. Like, it's funny, like I've got recorded a couple videos like back in the day that I can just like look back at, and I can cringe at myself, which is a good thing, by the way. If you can cringe at yourself, by the way, like look at your content in the past and think to yourself, damn, I was such a loser back then that's a good thing. That's really good, actually, because it shows you how much progress you've actually made. So you have to think for yourself, what the fuck can I do on a day-to-day basis in order to take action every single day without fail and get things done, no matter in order to improve, in order to become that better self, right? This is what I'm talking about, because if your actions have compound interest, this is both equally the case for bad actions and good actions. So if you take drugs every day, you're gonna reinforce that habit of taking drugs. If you go to the gym every single day, you're gonna want to go to the gym every single day, because if you don't, you're gonna feel guilty, or you're gonna feel like something's wrong. It reinforces in your mind that this is the new normal. And so the new normal that I have today is completely different to what it was fucking 4 years ago, right? Which is a good thing. Now, you need to think for yourself and be a bit careful as to what are the types of actions that you do, what are the things that you say, what are the different consequences to your actions, and what can you do on a day-to-day basis in order to move forward. Because if you don't move forward, you're basically just wasting your time, right? So what do you do? Very simply, Ask yourself, why? Find your purpose. What is the meaning? What is the worth of a life, of my life? What is my life worth living? And just ask yourself and answer this one simple question. What is my life worth living? Because I wrote a book recently, and I just finished it yesterday. It's a notebook, 142, 143 pages, where I detailed first all of the experiences and all of the habits and all of the things that I've done over the past 4 years, 5 years, and detail exactly by giving examples of like what has helped me get higher levels of energy, what has helped me get more productive, what has helped me increase my skill level, what has improved my physicality, what has improved my mental state, so that everything is in order and coincides in order to figure out my purpose and to work on it on a day-to-day basis without feeling burnt out, tired, or whatever the fuck. And even if I do, I still get things done because that is what matters the most to me. And so not only do you need to find your purpose and your meaning in this life, but you also need to use all of the cards that you have at your disposal that you were born with, the things that you, the traits, the character traits, the stuff, the objects, the things, the people, the relationships, the skills, the capabilities, the knowledge that you have at your disposal in order to make use of everything, to figure out that purpose and that meaning for your own life, and then go at it. Charge at it every day. And if you fuck it up, it's fine. Because if you never give up, you can never fail. If you take every fail, every fuck up as a lesson and not as an actual deciding factor as to this is the end of the line, if you never quit, you can always get back up and stand tall on your 2 feet and figure something out. That's what I'm talking about. And so I record these videos every single day talking about the same subject, roughly, of how you can do better, the lessons I've learned along the way, the things that I've done. And maybe the book that I've wrote actually could become something quite important and valuable for other people. It wouldn't take that much time to read. You could probably finish it in a day. Probably in like maybe like a couple hours. And what I've noticed is that by writing that book, it forced me to put on paper everything that I've learned and how would somebody be able to replicate that. And it has forced me to put myself in the headspace of teaching somebody else how to do something, which is what I'm kind of figuring out with recording these videos every day as well. So I do record videos every day. I post every single day, and I just want to give back. If you have any kind of advice that you would like to have, if you have any kind of specific question, I'm happy to answer. Even if I'm not 33, 30 years old, 40 years old, I'll still answer to the best of my ability. Because I want you to do better. Because that's what I would have wanted when I was younger. I would have wanted somebody to tell me, hey, I want you to do better by doing this. I want you to do better by doing that. Do this, do that. And somebody to just take inspiration from. Take kind of like a role model in a way. Not necessarily saying that I want to be your role model, but you can make that decision for yourself. And with that said, to summarize really quick, all of your actions have a compound interest. So if you take bad actions, you are going to want to take more bad actions. But if you take more good actions, you are going to want to take more good actions. So do more good, be kind to people, do the right thing, do push yourself in order to become more valuable as an individual, and you will see that you will notice much more benefits to your life going forward. And with that said, like, comment, subscribe. I will see you tomorrow for another video. It's a beautiful day, so it's time to get back to work, and I will see you in the next one. See ya.